Alright guys, so we went down to Florida to check out this Winnebago RV. Pretty much it had fire damage on it, where we went around and looked at it, tried to find this damages, and the only damages we saw was in the corner on the cabinet with the water heater. Interior looks really clean. This thing is a nice high dollar camper. The insurance didn't really take this thing apart too much, but we saw a little bit in the closet. Not too much, I don't know where the water heater was, but definitely you can't see any damages underneath.
Hey everybody, welcome back to Nico Brothers. We're out here working on the Winnebago, reading your guys' comments. You want to see the tear down and the repair and getting this thing back on the road. So let's do it together. Let's dive into this thing, figure out what's the best game plan, how to figure out burn damage in our RV. I mean, before we talk about the bad, let's talk about the good. It's here, it's at the shop, it drove back, not a problem. Most of the things are functional on it, the slide, the auto leveling system, the generator turns on, but obviously there's bad. The back where that water tank was, all those wires are burnt, and it's like right between the bottom and the floor, in the middle of the channel where all the wires are burnt. So let's figure out a way how to get those out, repaired, and back on the road. Let's go check it out. As you guys remember from last time, got that water heater out, and there's all the wires, and unfortunately it keeps going in there where all the burnt wires are at. So it looks a little too far to go from the bottom because there's a lot of paneling there too. We could start taking stuff off there and try to get it, but it's just gonna be a nightmare trying to work up like that, and it's really high up. So I think we have to go from the top and replace all the wiring and hoses and everything we need to do. I don't know, there's gonna be a lot for sure, but I think we'll have to do that from the inside. FOGATTI Tankless Water Heater. Instant Shower 8 Plus. Gen 2. Continuous hot water as long as you have propane and water flowing. Fast heat up time with stable temperature control. Smooth operation even in colder weather due to anti-freeze technology. Designed specifically for RVs. Handles vibrations, moisture, and movement. Replace any older 6-gallon water heater without any major modifications. Remote control allows precision temperature settings inside the RV. More effective than standard tank systems since no standby heating. Clean, compact design, and easy exterior access. No more running out of hot water midway through showers. Saves propane by heating water when needed. Here we go, guys. It is blowing. Better from boondocking and long road trips. Works at higher elevations where cheaper units struggle. Great upgrade for RVs with outdated or failing tank heaters. Reduce waiting time between showers, supports multi-use flow, sinks, showers, heating everything effectively. And there we go, guys, finally got the water going. Awesome, happy with the FOGATTI. Definitely check out the link down below and get yourself an instant water heater today. I don't regret it, getting the upgrade. Super happy about it, endless hot water, definitely nice. Oh yeah.
Alright guys, so Michael is ready to get this water heater installed, run the plumbing, fix the issues that we had with it because the other one was not a tankless one. So we had different wirings and things like that. So Michael's going to go ahead and fix all those issues. Also, we had burnt wires and burnt coolant lines, so we had to figure all those out, make sure the water pump is working and things like that. So let's go ahead and see how that's done.
This guy, I'm thinking about to replace the whole floor all the way back underneath the cabinets and underneath the bed. So we'll have to take this apart, we'll have to take this apart, make a bigger hole, find all our damaged wires, PVC pipes, whatever it is burnt, whatever's going on, get all that repaired and replaced first, and then worry about putting the floor back together. So this place is gonna look a lot different really soon. Hopefully this won't be too bad. And this guy, it's just so weird, because check this out. It's like they started taking the cabinets out and then they just started cutting random spots, like, I don't know, here, there, spots everywhere. That's just, I don't know. We'll have to take it apart and hopefully not make a bigger mess and hopefully get this thing going. But the slide is working and other stuff is working. We're tripping a couple breakers here and there, which makes sense. Wires are melted and touching each other, so not too bad. But I think the majority wire harness is right here. So they were close, but a little more to the left, they probably would have seen it. I don't know. I just hope I don't run into more metal and structure and frame spots. All this stuff is just cosmetics, the house part. I guess let's start tearing down. We want to put it back to this stature too after, but it looks like there's a lot of these little rails right here that all of it's connected. So those bolts, and we'll try to take it out as one big piece and get all this cabinetry out of the way. And a little bit of camera magic. Here we go, guys. Basically got off that bottom rail right there so I could get to the tile or whatever this laminate flooring is, move that over as well. Got that going, took apart this cabinet, getting this out. It's just staples and a lot of little nails and some screws that are Phillips, some are square, some are whatever. So that kind of makes sense. We have this side, we have that side. My question is going to be, I'm going to try to unstick these things basically, take off that rail right there. A lot of trim molding to cover everything up, which is nice, but right here is definitely soft. So I'll have to see what's going on there. That's where we want to cut out the floor and to get to our wires. So right now we have to eliminate the floor and the foam and find this hopefully track right here of all the burnt wires. That's the game plan. Let's just keep going and try to unstick these tile pieces and start trimming down to the floor. Yay. All right, guys, definitely looks like a hot mess right now. All the old wires basically cut off 10 feet and replaced it with the new wires. Got the bed all apart, got a bunch of things cut apart. So that's all the old wires right there, all the trash. Kind of a mess, but most of the system was working before, so hopefully it'll be working again and repaired with the new wires. Now I'm fixing the hoses basically, make sure I have hot water, cold water. It's a little tricky, but we'll get it. No big deal. We'll get it figured out, clamped back, and get this thing back together. Hopefully get our instant water heater in there installed and working properly. All right, water is on. Turn it off, Owen, turn it off. And water's going everywhere. Dang. Okay, so what's going on over there? Oh, okay, that's the main valves on and off. Let's see, those are the cutoff valves, I guess. I turned them on. Obviously still have a couple spots to fix. There's one up top. I missed a whole connection. It's like a T and it's completely broken, so I need to get that fixed. Yep. Slowly but surely, we'll get it. This elbow was leaking. This T was leaking. And on top, the clear hose was leaking. Looks like that one's leaking too. All right, guys, I got the water on full power. There's this extra little thing they added to turn the water on off, which is great. Just have to tape that up, but I don't know if you can hear it. Water is pumping, which is great. Now, I had to actually go back and forth a couple times. That was nice to be able to shut it on and off right there. I'm thinking I'm gonna need a new water pump. This guy looks like he's leaking right there, but that's not too bad. Most of my lines are replaced. Some I was able to keep. They're just like dirty, so I'll get that cleaned up. But looking good. I think this one is coming off this water pump still, so I need to get that replaced. But inside looks good. Outside, water is pumping full power. Not bad at all. I definitely am super excited to try out the new water heater, instant water heater, but not ready yet. As you could tell, the outside looks like trash from our probably most likely firefighters that had to take out that old water tank. I mean, that was the problem. So I'm going to have to re-weld all that and get it all back to normal looking. So we'll try our best to get that restored. Snare in the system, but it's working. Oh boy, it definitely was a hot mess, but we're getting it. Had to replace a couple spots here and there, but it's looking much better. All right, guys, before I finalize, I'm having an issue that the freshwater tank is getting overfilled and it just keeps draining out. So I think my little valve is broken because I still feel water basically coming in. Even when I do tank fill or normal, it's still feeling water going to the freshwater tank. So hopefully that valve's bad and I'll just replace that guy. If not, then I have an issue over there that I crossed the line somewhere, but this one still just feels weird. So hopefully this went out and it was just a coincidence. So I'm gonna replace that and hopefully that does the trick and I won't be overfilling my freshwater tank. Here we go. I got my plate off and this is gonna give me a great opportunity to check out this tank, make sure nothing else is going, because man, it's very smudgy, not fire. And I'll get it all cleaned up and double check and see what is wrong with this guy. Hopefully that's the issue, but man, there's definitely a lot going on. Get it all cleaned up, make it look good. So I was able to get this all cleaned up, washed it down. It's looking much better, nice and clean in there. But unfortunately, looking at this guy, it looks fine inside. There's that ball right there, and it seems like it's functioning properly. So I don't think this is the issue. But going on to the other side, checking out my wiring and everything, my plumbing, I wouldn't say wiring, plumbing. I was able to clean it up, and then basically, I think it's this guy. It's the bypass for the water, instant water heater tank. I think that was open, and for some reason, maybe allowing it to backfill into the tank or something. I don't know, but basically all the valves were open just to winterize it or dump it kind of thing. So now I'm trying to close that off, put it back together, and see what it does. And hopefully that's the issue. If not, I'm gonna have to keep on digging. And very simply, put it back together. So hopefully there's no leaks on this side. We'll put in our instant water heater on that side, plug it all in, and hopefully this time it won't overfill our freshwater tanks. The system will pressurize, we'll double check for leaks, and then we'll go to final assembly. Woohoo! All right, guys, a lot of living and learning. So basically, I'm thinking this is not giving any power, and instead of it taking water out of the freshwater tank, we're just putting water into it, and it's supposed to stop it, but it's not. So right now we're just pinching it, and water is on, and it's not filling up my freshwater tank, which is good. So it wasn't my valve, it wasn't that little bypass thing. I think it was just my freshwater pump was bad. But now we have plenty of power, so that's awesome. Water is running and no leaks. Yay! Oh, finally, all day messing around with that thing. Probably 2 days, honestly. It's a little complicated system, but there's a lot of bypasses. There's a lot of winterizing valves and all sorts of stuff. But it's gonna look good at the end. It's just not the end. All right, guys, got it all prepped. It's looking pretty good. I'm happy with it. Not bad at all. Now I'm gonna put some Teflon onto here, get my wires plugged in. So basically just power, and that's the remote control. Really simple. Make sure there's no leaks, get my gas hooked up, and get this thing installed. Also, I have my door, so I'm gonna check the position if I need to go a little higher, a little lower, so my exhaust vent will end up right here somewhere. So I want all of that to be matching. So let's see how that's gonna look, depending if I need to go up or down a little bit, but it should be pretty close. So I guess it goes like that. Yeah. Because you have your vents down there, do not block openings. So we don't want to block nothing. So we have our other door as well. So we'll get that going. So looking into our door and our other door situation, normally this would just go on the side, plug and play, and you're good to go. But with our unique situation, we want to keep it the clean look with the regular RV doors. So we're gonna use that door instead of this door. So we'll end up, I'm probably just gonna cut this out and use that piece, attach it to the other door. That way when you close it, it closes this up nicely and stuff, and just kind of modify it, custom work. That's what we do here at Nico Brothers. Why not? But it's gonna look good at the end. I got a game plan. I got my wires figured out. Not a problem there. Hook it all up and we're good to go. All right, guys, so I got it propped up there pretty tight and snug. basically block of wood underneath, getting it up all the way up against there. Custom work definitely takes a little bit more time. They do have different size doors you could get, but I'm pretty sure we're gonna get this one to work, because then this is my original door. We're gonna get it all painted and looking fresh too, and that's gonna go right there, and that's like right in the middle right there, because I got it up top and left as much as possible, and that's where I'll secure it. And that's looking fantastic. Beautiful. Exhaust will come out, and we'll still, like I said, modify that other door to fit onto here so it closes all together, but we'll be able to secure it here and top and get this thing like stationary. Nice. The white one is the ground. Plugged in, and this is my 12 volts, and I actually have to turn on the propane water heater for this to get power. Pretty simple. In our black 2 signal controller wires. And now I'll just plug in my hot water, cold water, and gas line, and should be good to go. And here we go, guys. It is blowing, turning on. That's a great sign. Nothing seems to be leaking back there. Let's see if it'll get hot. Got water pressurized. Goes, get the air bubbles out. Let's see if we get up to temperature. Yes, hot water. And I'm working off the hot water pump. The pump, the water pump is actually doing it. And they're testing that system out as well. Fantastic. All right, got hot air blowing. Temperature is rising. Forget about it. FOGATTI instant water heater, nice. 105. Woohoo! Hot air. Beautiful. We got gas, we got water, we got flame. Got no leaks. Water pump is pumping properly. All right. Nice. Next, I got to figure out the cosmetics. Get this thing secure. DEA, beautiful. 109. Literally, you could take as long of a hot shower as you want. Don't have to worry about it. Oh, that feels fantastic. Don't have to worry about that little 5-gallon tank anymore. Continuous hot water. Instant hot water. Oh, beautiful. All right, guys, got our instant water heater secured. I had to raise it up, like I said, so I got that mounted. I got screws on top, screws on the bottom. Time to work on that front face to get it to match our other face. We're already getting that thing sanded, so we're gonna get these repainted because we've had some damage on this side. So we get all that going, but I had the water on all night. It still has water pressure right now. No leaks, everything seems to be solid, which is fantastic. Let's get it buttoned up. All right, guys, so there is my door. Kind of got it modified to go there. This is my original RV door that's gonna go over here, just like that. So basically, I'm gonna attach this door onto this door. When you open it, they come together as one piece. And when you close it, because it's more stationary, it's actually bolted in the bottom. You're not really meant to open it a lot unless you have to. But then if you have to, this will just come together as one piece. And FOGATTI instant water heater is installed, and it'll look really sleek and clean, like it was meant to be there. Perfect. A little custom work, not bad, but I don't think it's too big of a deal. Ivan's gonna go ahead and get these painted first because the other ones get damaged, so we'll get that finished. And then at least from the outside, it's gonna look great. Perfect, definitely some custom work going on, but we got that basically secured onto the door. So once you close this door, it'll close all that up and look good. And a little bit of cleanup. And that's the idea right there. Basically got that door on there. It's bolted from the bottom, but if you need to, you just unbolt it. It swings up and you're good to go. We definitely need to get this thing painted and the other cabinets painted, but looking fantastic. My job here is done. Now it's Ivan's turn to get them painted. Perfect.
All right, so we got the doors sanded and we got the paint from the paint store. So we got this color, this color, this color. They matched as best they could. we're gonna do is tape it up and start painting one color at a time. It's gonna take us a while, but let's get it done. All right guys, so just like that, we got the panels installed, painted. We fixed the big dent and scratch in them. It turned out really good. The paint shop matched it up really nicely, which doesn't really happen all the time, but it does, you know. So that's good. We got this thing done. Michael got the water heater installed. He fixed a couple things interior, the wiring. He's got a couple little more things to do, but we'll do that off camera. But it's excited to get this thing done because this thing's been sitting in the shop for a minute. But now we can move on to something else. But leave us a comment down below. You know, was this a good rebuild? Was this worth the money? I think we paid like $20,000 for it or something like that. And then we did a lot of work to it. A lot of hidden damages we found, a lot of wires that were melted, a lot of issues, but you gotta be careful. You know, we thought it was gonna be a quick one, but you know, we had to take our time, fix everything. But leave us a comment down below. We'll catch you guys next time.